welcome to another session of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. I am Brian Kershaw, your host and game master, and all of my players are laughing at me. This is not out of the usual.
With you.
Sometimes column A, sometimes column B, let's be fair.
Yeah, let's be fair. It's
okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Again, just remember, your character's survival is on the line here.
He's had a good run.
All right, dear listener, you aren't jumping in here, right? Like, you've listened to our past episodes, you know who these people here are, right? Right? Well, on the incredibly remote chance that you've decided to start here in this weird interlude, let's tell you who you're going to be working with. First up on my list, most exciting, back from a long hiatus and armed with a hefty skirt filled with books, Aaron. Tell us who you are and who you're playing and what their archetype is, as well as your and your character's pronouns.
Yeah, so I'm Aaron, as he mentioned, and I play Sofie. Both of us go by she, her. Glad to be back. And she is an academic.
Excellent. Next on my list, Phoenix.
Hi, Brian. I'm Phoenix, and I'm playing our beloved socialite, Julian Benavidez. Both of us go by he, him pronouns, and we are looking forward to getting into the game today.
Marvelous. And finally, Bill.
I mean...
Oh, the heavy sigh is just the perfect introduction of Dr. Jensen.
The doctor who needs no introduction.
Listeners, if this is where you're tuning in, that is all you need to know about Dr. Jensen.
Pinching the bridge of the nose, Yeah.
I apologize, dear listener. My name is Bill. I play Dr. Lucius Jensen, who archetype is Doctor. We both go by he, him.
Never apologize for being yourself or for being Dr. Jensen.
And we are both so tired.
So very tired of all this bullshit.
Depending on how the dice rolls go, we also might be starting to drink later this episode.
The important part is that it's a we. So, Bill... do you know what time it is, Bill? Here, before the session gets fully underway.
Tool time?
No. Last session, Dr. Jensen had a rough time in the brain pan. And unfortunately, took 2 mental scars. Now, listener, with VII, a scar is something that's going to be a critical injury and will stick with you throughout the mystery. However, at the start of the next mystery, you roll to see whether or not those scars become permanent. Now, Bill.
Yes.
This is a mental scar that you are overcoming. Dr. Jensen suffered from both his shattered confidence and nightmares.
Oh boy.
And you do not get the opportunity to clear your old conditions before you have to roll for these. So you would normally roll your logic plus your empathy, but it's with -3 from all of your conditions.
Oh, good.
So you should get 4 dice for this. For each success, you get to remove 1 scar or make 1 insight permanent. Y'all haven't gotten any of those yet.
Okay, 4 dice, you said?
4 dice for each 6. One of these gets to go away. Oh, one last important note. You cannot push this roll.
I was just about to ask that.
You need a special facility at the library to be able to do a push on this.
We have a bar, and I have my infirmary. Why can't I push this?
The infirmary lets you push physical recovery rolls.
So we have a bar. Why can't I push this? Fine. All right, 4 dice.
Don't fuck it up.
I believe in you.
I have 1 success on 4 dice.
All right, I have some good news. You get to remove 1. Do you want to remove your shattered confidence or your nightmares?
Jeez.
Remind me what shattered confidence is the
Once per session, I can apply a -1 penalty to your inspiration.
Not his inspiration.
Meanwhile, nightmares is a -2 to a fear test.
Ooh.
let's be honest. My inspiration's never getting that high. I'll take the shattered confidence.
That's the one you'll remove, or that's the one you'll keep?
That's the one I'll keep. I'll get rid of the nightmares. I look. We have enough trouble with Julian and fear tests. We don't need to compound this issue.
I feel like you added a couple of extra words there. You have enough trouble with Julian. Let's just be. Let's just be, everyone.
All right, and Bill, that is now a permanent scar for Dr. Jensen.
Well, wait a minute. Sorry.
No, he's walking it back, folks.
Actually, you know what? I think, well, so here's where I'm at, I guess. I am, player-wise, I would rather take the hit to inspiration because my empathy is not that great.
Mm-hmm.
But playing, character story-wise, I don't think what happened in the last event would shake Dr. Jensen's
His confidence,
especially his confidence in like medicine stuff. That's because that's kind of how I'm envisioning it a little bit there.
Plus, I have to say, like, nightmares seem like a thing that Dr. Jensen might just get anyway.
Right.
Already has, maybe.
And I feel like that would also be more. That would be more appropriate for his, both with his past and with the what he's experienced now with through the library. So actually, I'll change my answer.
Okay.
That is also, I guess, before I completely shoot myself in the foot, -2 to a fear test in a session, or is that just -2 permanently to fear tests?
So the way that this will work, because we haven't gotten scars coming up very often.
Okay.
A scar can only affect your character once per session when the game master decides.
Oh, so my life is once again in your hand. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
Always. There are 4 things I can do with any scar. I can increase the difficulty of a roll, so I can add the listed penalty to a test that you're making. You can be afflicted by social stigma, where a non-player character will react negatively to meeting you. You can become your own worst enemy, in a situation which would normally not just be able to be handled automatically, now requires a test. And finally, what happened to Sofie? Loss of control. The game master assumes control of your action in a certain situation. It will only last for a brief moment and then you return to normal, but very briefly, you might say something you didn't mean to, have a gap in memory, confuse important pieces of information, or maybe make an action you don't want to.
Be fucking where.
I will just, if you allow me to change my answer, I would go, I think a nightmare is probably more thematically appropriate for the character and for what happened in the last set.
Yep. I think that's perfect. All right. Now, with that, you may all clear any remaining conditions as you get your long rests in. And we find ourselves in the very early days of spring in Seattle. We are before the false summer has started, and so it is cold, it is raining.
Too soon, Brian.
I mean,
Like today.
I can look out the window were it not dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a chilly, cold morning. There is a light fog that is hanging over the waterfront in Ballard as a mosquito boat chugs into port. And it is carrying a passenger who has traveled quite a far way. They needed to board this boat in Tacoma to make it up here to Ballard, as unfortunately, the proper train lines don't run to Seattle yet. She has had quite the journey, going all the way from Norway and Sweden back to the east coast of the United States, and then back here to the Pacific Northwest. However, I have some good news for her. There is someone waiting on the dock. As the mosquito boat slowly pulls in through the fog, Sofie, you see Jeremy.
Oh.
Holding a little handwritten sign that says, Sofie Inge's daughter.
Oh, bless him.
How is Sofie doing after her long travel abroad?
I think she looks a little weary and wary. Like, she's kind of looking over her shoulder a little bit. Not constantly, but just if you watch her, she might be scanning the dock just to, so she spots Jeremy really early on because she's kind of scanning any faces to see if anyone catches her eye. She's already looked enough at the people on the boat as soon as she got on just to make sure she didn't find anyone suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
And she is quite bundled up, which is not totally inappropriate for the weather. So, yeah, she's definitely happy that Jeremy's there to meet her because she's brought some books back.
Shocking.
And they're actually not in her skirts because they were too heavy for the skirts.
So Jeremy waves as the boat kind of gets into the moorage and is excited to see you. Oh, Sofie, welcome back.
It has been a long trip, my friend, and I'm glad to be home.
Oh, of course. Well, here, let me get these for you. Happy to help carry any books or any luggage that you have.
Yeah, she gives him, she just has a little trunk, and then she'll carry her own, suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
How's everything at the library? Is there anything, have there been any crises while I was gone? I did get a couple of letters from Matthias, but that was all.
No crises. Everybody's doing great. Julian is doing so good. He just got a new cravat. It looks amazing.
I'm sure it does.
Dr. Jensen is around a lot. He's looking a little shaken after his vacation. I don't think it was relaxing.
Oh, well, join the club.
We've got to hear all about it. Are you okay if we bring things over to the library?
Sure, yes, that's fine. I'm sure the girls have been taking care of all the cheese that's in the barrels and aging while I was gone, so...
Yeah, I mean, generally, taking care of something that's aging is fine. I mean, you can just kind of ignore it.
Let's just go back to the library, Jeremy. There's a reason that I haven't put you to work at my house.
Is that not how it works?
No, let's just go.
Jeremy is perplexed.
I really have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just imagining that the cheese aging process is not like the wine aging process where you do, in fact, just stick it in a barrel and then leave it there for some period of time. I don't really know. But Sofie puts a lot of additives and stuff in her cheese. And so I feel like she has to monitor it a lot more than just sticking a wheel of, whatever. Yeah.
Listener, if you are a fan of cassia culture and feel like telling us about cheese, do so.
But please don't be mad at me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't at Aaron about this, but at me. I want to hear the details.
I like to eat the cheese, okay? I've never made the cheese.
I was going to say, at least at Brian so we can then make fun of Aaron once we find out about the process.
So, Sofie is led through Ballard. It's early enough that the fishing ships are just starting to get out onto the water. The sun is still a little ways off from the horizon, but it's been quite a bit of traveling for her. So she is feeling very happy to be back at home. The library looks much as you expected it. Still set off far back out in the woods. still with the same heavy door and the stone placard on the front.
Sorry, Hannah, can I stick something back, like right when
Sure.
when I tell Jeremy that we should just go on?
Mm-hmm.
You can see, if you were to watch Sofie for a few minutes, you would see her kind of like shift around a little bit in her clothes, like she has either an injury or like an itch that she can't get to.
Just looking kind of uncomfortable.
Shrugs her left shoulder a little bit, and yeah, she does that kind of periodically as she's walking.
Jeremy is lugging several packages, so does not quite notice.
No.
And you slowly wind your way through Ballard and arrive at the library, which looks much the same as when you left it. The same familiar heavy door with its stone placard, which Jeremy opens up for you.
She looks up at the gargoyles and she's like, "Ah, it's so comforting. I'm so glad to be back."
And Sofie heads inside.
Indeed.
All right. Right in the entryway is a large banner hung from the ceiling. And there are several people who all shout at once, "Welcome home, Sofie!"
Oh my.
And Jeremy has succeeded in his job of luring you to a welcoming party.
That's adorable.
Despite the early hour, Julian Benavides has been lured with promise of champagne and orange juice. The finest of both, obviously. And Dr. Jensen has been... honestly, it wasn't very hard to get Dr. Jensen out of bed at this early hour. He doesn't look like he's been sleeping particularly well. But there is a massive Welcome Home Sofie banner that is hanging in the foyer.
Aw.
Matthias and old Agda and a couple of the other familiar faces of the library look very excited to see you. And Matthias kind of beams. "Welcome back, Sofie."
Thank you. This is so sweet. I didn't expect any of this. I appreciate it so much. I'm so glad to see everyone.
Of course, of course. We would have prepared you a dinner, but given the hour of your arrival, it seemed to make some more sense to prepare you a nice breakfast.
Indeed. I didn't want to stay on the road any longer than necessary, as I'm sure you can understand. Oh, does he know about, does Matthias know why I had to return home expeditiously?
Only if you told him.
I think I probably sent him a vague message on
You
route.
vague posted about it?
Yeah, I vague posted about. I was just like,
Had to leave Sweden in a hurry, bye.
I mean, just like some events have occurred which encouraged me to return home apace, and I will fill you in when I get back.
All right, let me just take a quick moment and Google when was Interpol founded. Oh, you're fine. You got decades before they're coming to get you.
Right. See, everything's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's not until 1923. You are so safe.
I got this.
The various members of the library are excited to have Sofie back. Jeremy is kind of just like chattering on while juggling these packages with his arms, trying to like get everything balanced neatly.
I wish that I had done, because this just occurred to me, and I wish I had done it as homework, to bring back souvenirs. I definitely brought Agda some brown cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And which, if you guys haven't had that, it's really good.
And for Julian, lutefisk.
No, I definitely, maybe I brought some like aquavit or something for Julian, like some kind that they don't export, so you can't get it here. And for the doctor too, why not? Liquor and cheese for everybody.
I mean, that could be the theme of our podcast.
Yeah.
Phoenix, how is Julian feeling coming out for the return of Sofie at this early hour?
Well, it's a little early for his preference, but with Sofie returning, he is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. That new cravat looks amazing, and
obviously
Sofie notices quickly, That is the only thing he's wearing on his upper body.
Ah.
But it is a fantastic cravat.
You are going to be so fucking cold in Seattle in like early Jan.
I love this as the Jeremy's first thing. He's like, you got a new cravat. It's nice.
You can't help but notice it since it's the only thing he's
You
wearing.
can't help but notice it.
Just makes
Yeah, as you are making your way in, I will walk up with a flute of mimosa for you, along with a little bundle that is wrapped up just in some cloth. It's so good to have you home. I got this for you, although now I'm starting to think maybe I should have done something else, but this is for you.
Aw, thank you. I'm supposed to be the one who's bearing gifts, and I did. They're in the trunk there. And I open it. Actually, I down the mimosa first and then like stand there for a second.
Oh,
You can't get mimosa anywhere else, guys. It was just invented here.
hard trip, was it?
Some things occurred. It was a tad stressful and perhaps not as productive as I had hoped it would be. But I've learned quite a lot and come home with more than I left with, you might say. Anyway, what's this?
And you find a small wheel of Danish Havarti. And as you are handing out cheese to everyone, I suddenly realize, oh, I had this imported. Shit.
No, I didn't go to Denmark at all. I didn't get any Havarti. It's completely different. Don't worry. It really is legitimately completely different. This is lovely. Thank you so much.
Well, I mean, I
Jeremy.
knew that.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
An expert in Scandinavian geography.
No, but Scandinavian cheeses, obviously. Can you believe the cheesemonger actually tried to get me to purchase Jarlsberg instead? And I was, no, only your finest Havarti.
Oh,
And I kept this one for myself as I pull out a small jiggly block. This is new. It's Velveeta. No. No.
Vetoed. Velvetoed.
Velvetoed?
Ooh, cosmic horror cheese.
Now, speaking of cosmic horror, how is Dr. Jensen looking? I imagine he looks pretty tired at this point, right?
He is looking tired, rough around the edges. He's making an effort. He's honestly, especially with Sophie's homecoming, wanting to try and present himself, looking well and to welcome back our friend.
Mm-hmm.
But you can just tell that he's kind of putting on a facade there, that he's very tired, and there seems to be something kind of weighing on his mind. He's not entirely focused in the present. He seems very easily distracted or just having a little bit of a rough go with it.
Dr. Jeremy mentioned that your vacation that you've been on perhaps was also a bit more stressful than you had intended. I hope.
Matthias grimaces.
Oh, I hope you at least got a little bit of rest and relaxation. No.
We got rest and relaxation where we could. There were unforeseen events, I guess.
Again, Dr. Jensen, I am so very sorry about what has happened. I could not have known what I was sending you into.
Lucius will kind of stop and then turn to Matthias like, that's exactly it, that you have nothing to apologize for because you couldn't have known. And I don't think anyone would have known about a grave sow or a werewolf or just everything that was happening up there. He'll just kind of stop and like, well, but you'll see him kind of just a weary smile. We're better now. Everything seems to be in a better spot, and you're home. Welcome home, Sophie. will kind
Well,
of,
thank you.
taking a cue from Julian, albeit fully clothed, like kind of go to give Sophie kind of a friendly hug.
She flinches a little bit.
Yeah, I know. It's weird for me too.
Now, that said, I have, I think, what I hope will be a much more pleasant surprise this time around. I have had a breakfast prepared for all of us. If you would all like to join me in the dining room. And Matthias will lead you all upstairs into the dining room. There, you see all of the plates have been very neatly set out. There are glasses, there are things of wines and brandies, there are crushed oranges and flutes of champagne. And Matthias kind of steps up next to Sophie. I wish to hear all about your trip and how things went in Scandinavia. Sounds like many of us have quite a few stories to share.
Indeed, I really am quite eager to hear what happened while I was gone. I will say one thing, it seems the language has changed very much in just the 40 years since my mother was gone, because there were quite a few things I thought I would have understood from her journal, her diary, but many of the turns of phrase seem to have changed in such a short time. I didn't recognize any of them.
Matthias gets a very mischievous smile.
So I kind of had to figure those out. I've gotten a little bit better. I'll have to practice with you. Still not so great at speaking it, but I can understand and read a little better. I was looking for some of the clues that I might be able to find in regards to the runes, but I do have good news. The runes are actually quite gone. They're gone. I don't have the rune tattoos anymore. So
Truly? They are completely gone now?
Yes, indeed. Not a single one to be seen.
Well, that is most surprising, Sophie. How are you feeling about that?
Well, the bad news is that they've... something else has happened, which...
Well, let us perhaps delay that for a time. Let us not have a day of bad news.
Yes, we'll speak of it later. It's not... It doesn't need to be, discussed right now. So, where were my friends, Dr. Jensen and Julian? I thought they were going on a vacation up north of here.
That was our intention. It simply did not quite go according to plan.
Well, nothing ever does it?
Well, there's not going according to plan, and then there is people being bifurcated.
Oh my!
I did not love that Olga woman, but even I would not have wished that upon her.
Oh.
Julian, Dr. Jensen, would you like to speak to your misadventures?
But wait, I will say, I don't mean everybody I haven't seen. So, like, Aaron and Sophie are both like, oh, tell me everything that happened while I was gone. But also, listeners have already know what everything that happened while I was gone. So I don't want to make you guys, I mean, whatever you want to say, but I don't intend for you guys to like recap the entire mystery or anything. So, yeah. So,
I mean, I'd love to hear what they thought the highlights were, but that's just me.
Yeah, sure. I mean, go for it.
Lucius will kind of look to Julian. Well, it was all expenses paid.
I laugh deeply and genuinely at that and just kind of give a little side eye over to Matthias. Yes, indeed it was, and I'm pretty sure it was well worth it, wouldn't you say, Matthias?
Oh, absolutely.
But Lucius will kind of he'll hit some of the topics. He'll talk about the arrival there, picking up Magnus along the roadside, and coming to meet the townspeople who did not appreciate the hotel. then going to meet some of the hotel staff, along with Tobias and then the Sisters of Satan. But he'll pause there and be like, "Oh, by the way, like," because I'm sure Sophie would perk up at topics of like they have books for whatever. He's gentle, just like they're just
fascinating.
No, they're not. they're charlatans more than anything else.
Oh, how disappointing.
He will explicitly leave out what's her name, the one that was flirting with him.
I was about to ask if he answered any of the letters from Clara Berg.
Oh, he's gone.
At least 2 so far.
He would have had Jeremy respond back for the first one, and then realized it was a mistake by
encouraging anything.
Yes.
Now she knows somebody lives here.
She basically knows. He did not confirm that Lucius lived at the library, but he basically just had Jeremy write that he's unavailable or so she now knows that he is connected to this location and is just, I imagine, continuing to send letters there until she can find out the location of his clinic.
She has only sent 2 so far, but they are enthusiastically hoping that you will write back.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
What are the chances that I got a peek at those letters?
No.
Did Julian ask Jeremy to see them? / did Dr. Jensen forbid anybody from seeing them? Because if he just said, Jeremy, take care of this, I can't be bothered.
He would, if Lucius had been well rested and of sound mind, he might have thought or considered that there might be an instigator in the library that might enjoy intercepting these letters.
A topless instigator, if you will.
Won't comment there.
I have a top on.
He has
not a top. It is an accessory.
I pull it off.
Well, now you definitely don't have a top on.
And then I pull it off, yes. This is a horror podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Well, now, much to Lucius's horror, he's probably realizing now that he hasn't told explicitly. He just told Jeremy to take care of this and just not.
As you describe that, Jeremy eagerly pipes up like, "Oh yeah, I wrote her back. I when the second letter came in, that had some things that made me a little uncomfortable. So I showed Julian, and he helped me draft up a response for you."
Oh boy!
Are you familiar with Cyrano de Bergerac?
Oh no!
Don't worry, this will go great.
Lucius just turns dead-eyed and stares at Julian. You what? You're burning those, right? Julian, she does not need encouragement.
I think he said something about Cyrano de Benavides.
Well played, Brian.
Julian, you son of a bitch.
It'll be fine. You can thank me later.
What did you do, Julian?
I just give a mischievous smile and raise my patented well-groomed one eyebrow no, I don't raise my patented well-groomed one eyebrow. I do in fact have 2 eyebrows.
Only one has got a patent though.
Yes. It's fine. It's fine. But he is seeing a little level of discomfort from Dr. Jensen. I go in for a hug and then actually do stop myself. I know that's not your brand of affection. And I just put a hand on one shoulder. I know it's been a rough patch. Sometimes talking through it with the right person is all you need. And who better than a sister of Satan?
She signs all of her letters Melancholia.
What?
I think I found a goth girlfriend on my vacation.
Listen, what happens in Crescent Bay stays in Crescent Bay.
Oh my days.
Hearing this from Julian, Lucius's face will start to kind of lose color as he's suddenly panicking about what, because it is Julian, he's concerned about what Julian might have said. So
there may have been some mentions of "without you I dwell in darkness." It was fine.
Oh my god.
So can Lucius tell if Julian's actually responded back to her, or if Julian's just fucking with him?
Here's how this is gonna work. Can I get a manipulation roll from Julian? And Bill, can I get an observation roll from Dr. Jensen?
That's what I was thinking was gonna happen. I have 2 dice ready to go.
I'll tell you, you have a chance here, Bill. I did not roll real well.
Technically, that dice was out of the dice tray, but then it was a 6. Damn it.
I'll allow it. He's re-rolling it anyway, folks.
So then one success on 2 dice.
Well, I have good news for you, Bill. 1 success on 10 dice.
Ooh, he went easy on you.
All right, so that is a push. And in this case, the ties will go to the defender. So it is hard for Dr. Jensen to be 100% certain, but he knows Julian sent something. And the way that Julian has a little twinkle of mischief in his eyes, he knows he sent something that Julian is delighted by. You can't be sure what he said, but Julian's having a good time.
Lucius, he's now gone pale white. He will turn to Jeremy. Did you take his He'll look to Matthias.
Seeing this level of panic, Julian can no longer maintain a straight face. And I will, my friend, you know me better than. Well, no, that actually would be pretty well on.
He cocks an eyebrow to the "you know me better."
A perfectly ungroomed, unpatented eyebrow.
Bushy eyebrow.
It would be on brand for me to have done that to you. I simply replied, telling her she was a lovely woman, that in another time, in another place, you could see yourself losing yourself in her eyes.
Oh my god.
Spending the rest of your days gazing into them. But that's, but not now. It's a rough time. I've got responsibilities.
It's not me, it's you. No, other way around.
No, that's accurate, Aaron.
Yeah.
Lucius just kind of, in a moment after hearing this, puts both hands on Julius's bare shoulders.
Julian.
Sorry. That was bound to happen at some point.
It's the bromance. It's Julius. It's fine.
Julian.
That's the ship name.
That's their ship name.
I know you've always felt it between us. The bromance is real.
Julian, you dumb son of a bitch. If you told her a different time and a different place, she's gonna think that means here.
Well,
this is a different time.
But there was more to it than that. It was fine. And hey,
Matthias,
perhaps if she's really truly that dedicated, maybe it was meant to be after all.
Oh, I'm worried Dr. J is going to commit violence, Matthias. Should we intervene or something?
No.
Or should
Let us see how this one plays out.
Okay.
Matthias has grabbed a bucket of popcorn from out of nowhere.
I am enthralled.
Good thing.
He will just hang his head down a little bit and then turn to Matthias and Jeremy. If there are any other letters that come, they are for my eyes only. He'll look back at Julian and said, "Please stop helping."
I squint a little towards you, turn to Matthias and Sophie. There's a double meaning in that.
Motherfucker.
I see that despite the many adventures we've all had, absolutely nothing has changed since I left.
And on that note, I think this would be a fantastic time to talk about how you have changed, because we've done some leveling up.
Oh.
And how?
That's called a segue.
Yeah. Beep, beep.
So, starting with the Phoenix Dist player, would you tell us about how Julian has leveled up?
Yes, I will. So, throughout the times he was up in Crescent Bay, he has learned that he thought he was a good shot, but then he saw what Dr. Jensen was capable of. So he has spent a little bit of time honing his precision. So I've actually taken a point in precision. And the bracing cold of the northern climes inspired him to take a little better care of himself. He has taken the talent. Maybe this is one you're familiar with, Brian. I don't recall exactly where I learned of this talent, but he has taken a talent named Flapjacks and Flannel. I am made of tougher stuff than most, and I can take an additional physical condition before becoming broken. If folks were so inclined to learn more about Flapjacks and Flannel, Brian, where would they find out about that?
Well, right now, Phoenix, that isn't available for general audiences. That's just for you guys.
Well, shit.
However, by the time that our dear audience is listening to this episode, maybe there are some places they can look. And if so, our wonderful editor Hannah will edit it in me saying where they can find that.
Update not found.
404, talent not acquired.
Hello, dear listeners! It's your favorite audio witch, Hannah. I wanted to let you know that, unfortunately, Brian didn't get a chance to publish the full set of character options as more downloadable content for VII. However, he did create a preview of them, which is exclusively available to our Patreon backers. If you've joined at the Library Investigator or Drinking Buddies with Dr. Jensen tiers, you can check out this exclusive preview of some exciting new VII material you won't find anywhere else. Link to our Patreon is included in the show notes. All right, I'll let you get back to the episode.
Phoenix, thank you for that wonderful intro.
It's pretty cool.
Is there anything else that Julian picked up for this level up?
A new cravat.
Well, we knew that. And muscle polish.
That gives him +1 to handsome.
It's true. Unfortunately, it's already maxed, so...
Not yet.
Yeah, I capped that out a while ago.
Bill, what did Dr. Jensen pick up?
Well, Dr. Jensen took a point in vigilance, increasing that. Initially, because of, all the occurrences with the grave sow and...
All those vigilance rolls that you failed? Where I told you what you didn't see?
Oh, man. Yeah, missing a pig. Missing a pig the size of a house was kind of kicking the shorts there. So increased vigilance, which also applies thematically now that he'll need to be paranoid about what Julian's sending out to the quote-unquote paramour for Dr. Jensen. And then he also took, because of the events at the lighthouse, took a point in ranged combat to improve that slightly. And then finally, mostly just to kind of help with, not sure when Sophie would be returning to us, took knowledge is reassuring as a talent. So I get to ignore mental conditions when doing learning tests.
Nice. And last but never least, is there anything that Sophie picked up on her travels?
Well, listeners, there's not really a in-universe explanation for this. So apparently this whole game I thought that I had the pet talent because I have a pet and he's very talented. But in fact, Yort's was only being used as a memento, so I corrected my dumbassery and added the pet talent. So now I have a memento and I also have a pet.
I think your memento was being used as a Yort's.
That sounds more accurate.
So yeah, now I can get a +1 on a roll by using my pet as inspiration or what have you in a relevant situation.
Excellent. Now, as you all are chatting, jibing, Dr. Jensen is facing existential horror. The first round of breakfast foods come out. There are eggs, there's fresh fruit, there are apples, there are a couple of things that have been imported from further south where it's a little bit nicer climes. There's some fresh berries. Julian, you find a moment of quiet as everyone is kind of chatting around you in just this little bubble of stillness. And as you look down at the serving tray in front of you, there are just several cuts of ham. For the briefest of moments, your mind kind of flashes back to the terror of that grave sow, that horrifying pig-like monster. Is there anything that Julian reflects on of either what happened to Catherine on facing the grave sow, or any regrets that he has about the way things shook out with Magnus?
That's a good question, Brian. I think looking down, a couple of things do go through my mind. Maybe one of the first sensations is actually a pretty warm feeling of pride, of knowing that despite the danger to myself, knowing what it's like to lose agency, to lose control, to not be able to act in a way that I would want to, and being able to release Catherine from that, there is a sense of pride, of feeling like there's been a bit of atonement, and just I did the right thing. Quickly on the heels of that emotion is just a low simmering anger. Isn't the right word for it, but there's just this sense of, with Magnus gone and knowing that portion of my life is settled, I guess would be how I'd describe it.
Maybe a little sense of, where do I go from here?
He thought it would feel better. There is still an emptiness inside where, maybe the revenge, it wasn't even revenge that he was looking for, so much as just a way to kind of block out that horrible time from his memory. But knowing that Magnus, the one who did take control that way, is gone, and owing that to Dr. Jensen for taking that shot, there's just some conflicting emotions happening there. As far as regrets, maybe only that he wished he could have realized who Magnus was before they had made it all the way up and more people were killed. Just feeling like he should have been able to figure that out on the ride up. Yeah, I think that's kind of where he's at right now.
And slowly the volume of kind of the chatter and people talking kind of goes back to normal for Julian, and that brief moment of feeling just cut off from everyone kind of passes. Matthias turns to Sofie. So I think I read something about it in your letters, but did you have to make a quick escape from Sweden? Is that right?
Well, escape is a strong word. Just because I had to rely on an underground network of contacts to get me safe passage without any of the authorities finding out, that still doesn't mean it's an escape. I mean, it was definitely, yes, it was an escape.
I was going to say, that sounds like an escape, almost a textbook level definition.
As I was saying it, I realized that perhaps, yes, well, if you may recall, I've told you about where I grew up with Madame Myrtle and so forth. I encountered an individual who made Madame Myrtle look like Madame Lou, one might say.
Oh, Sofie, no.
Truly, the dregs of the universe, and the entire Scandinavian region should be glad that she's no longer with us. Aside from that, of course, nothing to do with me. And Sofie looks around and makes sure that only people that she knows from the library are present. And still she lowers her voice and she's like, I didn't necessarily intend what occurred, but many girls are safer due to my actions, and I'm pleased with that, and I don't regret it. So perhaps I did have to flee the area, but needs must. So I'm still happy with some of the things that happened there, you might say. Again, still, I found few... Well, that's not true. Now that I think about it, I suppose an answer of sorts was waiting for me there. But it wasn't something I found in a book.
Well, I believe that is the first time I've ever heard you say that.
That's... Yes, it sounds even foreign coming out of my mouth. Yes, it was, a journey fraught with danger, although I can't say I ran into any giant pig Vossen or anything of that nature, so...
There is that?
It was enlightening. It was enlightening in many ways.
The caterers are bringing in the next round of breakfast foods. And Matthias kind of smiles over at them and then looks back at you, Sofie. Well, I do have some good news. I have also not run into any terrible pig creatures or anything that is similar to what you encountered, but I have been working on my side to make things a little safer here in Ballad. I have actually been working on mending some fences. I have been exchanging several letters with a formerly irate individual named Catherine Miller. She held something of a grudge against us, but I believe that we have set things on the right path now. She even recommended a group of caterers for this occasion. Can I get everybody to make a vigilance test real quick?
Oh my god.
I was saying, it was that sentence, and I'm like, oh no, wait a minute.
That is 0 successes on 4 dice for Julian.
Three successes on 9 dice.
Dang.
Go Bill.
2 successes on 7 dice.
Okay. So maybe it's just the angle of the table that Julian isn't quite able to pick up on it. But Sofie, Dr. Jensen, you notice it right away. The gentleman who is pushing the cart of food, there's a smell coming off of him. He smells really strongly of garlic.
Does garlic remind us for a specific VII?
And there's something familiar. His face looks like you've seen it somewhere before.
Oh my god. Meanwhile, Julian is just now noticing that his nips are like super cold.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's like, maybe I should have...
Maybe I should have had like a frilly shirt to go with this.
He's distracted, yeah.
He's just wondering if he could etch the crystals with Nina.
Moving on. So, Julian is not paying attention. The two of you catch this aroma of garlic coming from this man, and then watch as he reaches into this cart and pulls out a pistol, leveling it toward Matthias and shouting, "This is for thick-necked Tim!" Bill, you swear this has happened in your nightmares. And Dr. Jensen is frozen to his seat.
Fuck.
Listener, I've used my once per session get to fuck with a player ability.
Oh my god, already!
Aaron, you may make an agility test if you'd like to try and push Matthias out of the way.
I'm wearing 100 pounds of books. I suck at agility.
Hey, it's fine. You've got all the momentum on your side.
She was literally sitting still.
Alright, come on. No. Didn't do it.
Do you want to push it?
Don't. Okay. Point of order.
Yep.
Are important NPCs... So you know how in D&D, like, villagers have, like, 2 hit points, but sometimes you have NPCs who are, like, player leveled, and they have 60 hit points or something like that, right? I mean, as players, we never had a reason to ask this before, but in the VII system, do NPCs get the same sort of opportunities as us to, like, make rolls for things or get a wound or take one condition or whatever? Or are they like have 1 hit point and they're gonna die immediately if they get injured?
So, NPCs have a number of physical and mental conditions based on their significance to the story.
Okay.
Generic low-level mooks probably just have 1 of each. A major driving character probably has 3 mental and 3 physical.
Okay.
However, when they run out of conditions, they die.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're going to push that agility test?
You know what? It's an interlude. Fuck it. I'll push it. Is there anything...
This is how I got 2 mental...
Can I use Yorks to, like, go and, like, run between the legs of the guy and, like, throw him off a little bit?
I'll permit it.
All right, come on. Okay, 1 success on 3 dice.
All right. Julian, there is a loud crack of sound as a pistol goes off. Dr. Jensen, that moment of, like, panic and terror washes over you, and then it's gone, and you feel like you can move, and you start to jump up. Sofie flings herself forward, and you hear the bullet leaving the gun as a bright, explosive powder flashes. Aaron, there is a sharp crack sound, and you're fairly certain the bullet has lodged itself somewhere in the wall. You do notice, for a brief moment, that there is a small hole torn in your sleeve. And the 3 of you suddenly realize exactly where you know this man from. It's been a long time since you saw the orderly who stinks of garlic.
He said thick-necked Tim, and I was like, okay, number one, why is he shooting at Matthias if he was at the thing? And I still didn't get the garlic reference. Damn it. That fucking guy.
All right. I'm not going to make you guys do initiative. Would any of you have gone to breakfast armed?
Sophie came into breakfast from travel. She's absolutely armed.
That's fair.
She's been armed ever since. I mean, I think she went to Norway armed.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I suck at this, but I don't think I would have brought the pistol, but I'd be willing to just dive forward and make an unarmed attack.
I was going to say, actually, you don't suck at punching people. You have a very high force.
Oh, that's true. That's force, isn't it? Not close combat. Okay.
I wouldn't have brought my knuckle dusters, but I absolutely would be jumping into the fray to first take down the orderly, and then, assuming Julian is helping Lucius with that, then he would go and check to make sure that no one was harmed or hit by the bullet or anything.
Phoenix, feel free to make a force test.
I'm gonna punch him in the nuts.
Yep, do it.
Can I just...
And Aaron, if you want to make a ranged combat test, or...
I do. I just want to ensure before I do that
Phoenix
I will get a shot
fine.
off before the two people jump in.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll for friendly fire.
Right.
Not today.
One success on 7 dice.
Okay.
I got 1 success on 6 dice.
Okay. And between those two, I think, yep, that'll be enough to take him down. So there is a crack of a pistol, there is the crash of Julian's fist, and this orderly crumples to the ground. Dr. Jensen kind of jumps up, checking in on Matthias, and he's understandably confused, but unhurt.
And is Sophie's not bleeding? You give it.
No sign of blood.
Okay.
Julian would probably notice the, if I was injured, he would notice that my coat is damaged before he noticed that I was injured.
Sophie, look what they've done to your frock.
She, like, quickly slaps a hand over it and, like, tries to sort of, like, pinch it together so you can't see.
She's probably got some pins on her that she could use to, like, pin it closed.
Yeah. But she goes to stand over the orderly and she looks at Julian. How many of these bastards have we killed? Is this 3, 4?
Back when we were at Starvation Heights, I think we took out 2 or 3.
It was at least 2.
3.
It was 3. Okay, it was 3. Yes, do you think that's all of them? I don't like to think they're lurking around corners about to shoot us.
Looking down, you actually see a piece of paper sticking out of his pocket.
Oh.
But while you two are dealing with the orderly, I will turn immediately to Jeremy and go, get the guard.
Right, okay, yeah, I'm on it. Jeremy runs out of the room to go find Stefan. Was one of you grabbing that piece of paper?
Yeah, I'll grab
It's
it.
paper. I'll let her do it.
Okay. Reasonable, it's Sophie. You don't want to get shot? The plans are unsigned, so you can't be certain whose idea this was. But given the military precision of it, you have a strong suspicion. This details a plan to utilize a system of firebombs to destroy the library. And mentions the other orderlies who are in the library right now.
Son of a bitch.
They are going to be setting off firebombs in the library, the infirmary, and the cellars so that it burns up through the bottom of the house. And just as you are starting to look at this note, you hear very loud dog barking. What are you all gonna do?
I want to notify if this is not efficient, but I think it would be good to notify the Vatir
Mm-hmm.
and see if they can assist us, because they can get in through walls and stuff faster than we can get anywhere, and
They might be able to use their magic to even shrink the orderlies if they can.
oh yes.
But yeah, that'll be you said the note details out like the spots they're trying to plant.
The infirmary, the cellar, and the library.
So Lucius, upon if you guys were reading the note out loud, Lucius will immediately, and after Jeremy's going to find the guard, he's going to start bolting to because in his mind that's where the ether is, and then that's also where we have the Vatir. So any flammable chemicals and the Vatir are going to be down there. That'll be his first spot to run to, I guess.
I will obviously go to the library immediately.
Which means I'm taking the cellar because that's got all our stuff.
I was just about to ask if you're all going to split up.
Hell yeah.
It has all our wine and liquor.
But the infirmary has all the cocoa wine. So each of you runs in different directions as Matthias shouts, Go! I will go for Jeremy. I will try and find where Stefan is. Oh, why is there never a guard when you need one? Bill, Dr. Jensen runs at top speed through the library, kind of crashing into corners, rushing as quickly as he can. The layout of this building is challenging to move through, almost intentionally so it takes him longer to get to the infirmary than he wants. However, he does make it there, and he sees a comforting sight. There is an orderly laying on the floor. His hands and his legs are trussed behind his back. And sitting upon his head is a familiar figure. Very small, but looking quite proud. Prince Toss, armed with his halberd made of a straight razor, looks up at you. Doctor, I have subdued an intruder.
For the first time, I think, since before we even left to go for the head up north, and actually this is probably the first time since getting the blackmailer's office back, Lucius, in this sight, just leans his head back and just lets out a big laugh, and just cannot believe his luck, I guess, is more of the. But he'll turn to the prince. I am relieved that you and your people, yes, are all safe. Is the orderly is still, I'm assuming, is conscious, but like hogtied?
Mm-hmm. And there are a bunch of bandages that have been stuffed in his mouth so he can't yell.
Lucius will kind of extend his hand to the prince to kind of climb up. Here, hang on a second. He'll lift him up, put him onto the table nearby, and he's actually just gonna, as hard as he can, just cock the guy, just to punch him.
Just right in the back of the head.
He will tell others later that this is more just to subdue him, to make sure that he's not actually gonna get out of the ropes. But if he's being honest with himself in the moment, he is beyond furious.
Mm-hmm.
Hazard is starting a war that they are not going to appreciate. Lucius is also, for the first time in a while, just livid
Getting
beyond
in touch with his emotions.
a little bit. There's a lot of emotional growth. Not healthy emotional growth, but emotional growth at this moment.
Julia would be so proud.
The emotions are growing. Whether that's a good thing remains to be seen.
Yeah, and you don't need to roll for that, Bill. Dr. Jensen just rolls back and bam, clocks this guy. And from the table you just hear, well struck.
He'll turn back to the prince. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but can you let your people know and help out the others? He's one of I think there's 2 more in the library that are trying to burn this building down. Can you get the others to help our friends here at the library?
We shall send forth the alert right away.
And Lucius will just kind of like, okay, we'll need to get a couple of extra really nice bottles of liquor. I'll have to talk to Julian about this after this.
All expenses paid.
Yeah, no, that's better. He's like, no, all expenses paid for the Vatir. That's what we got to do after this.
Phoenix. Julian goes pounding down the stairs into the cellar.
Julian doesn't pound.
He might if the...
Even in an emergency, he sort of prances.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. Is Big Bill around?
Hey now.
Okay.
Hey now.
Okay.
Now, Bill, I want you to know, I was thinking it.
Well played, Bill. Well played.
Anyway. Phoenix, I will roll that back. Julian rushes to the top of the stairs leading down to the cellar. How would he like to proceed?
Well, if I may, I am hoping that while I was not necessarily having, I didn't have my pistol on me. I mean, I don't go anywhere without my violin case of holding, so hopefully I can grab the pistol out of it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep, absolutely.
And then I will... You know what? He is... My logic skills are not there. He just goes running down the stairs.
Pounding down the stairs, you would say.
I wouldn't say that, but, it's fine.
Could be said.
It could be said.
So Julian goes down the stairs in an expedited manner. It takes your eyes a moment to adjust because the cellars are pretty dark. But there is a lantern that's kept up there right near the base of the stairs and right near the top. And after a second or two of fiddling with it, you're able to get the light to kind of increase. You do spot another lantern somewhere further down in the cellar, though. What is Julian going to do? Does he approach in the dark?
If I can see the other lantern, then yeah, I will leave the one here, and I will do my best to, don't be suspicious, and I will make my way sneakily, stealthily, through cover of darkness. I am the night.
Excellent. Julian Batmans his way forward and sees an inspiring sight. The orderly who came down here with a firebomb is unconscious on the ground. And hovering over him is Stefan, your guard.
This bitch is good for something.
He has a truncheon in hand and is breathing kind of heavily. Does Julian let him know that he's there?
Yeah, once I realize that is Stefan, I let out didn't necessarily realize I was holding my breath, but, whew, boy, am I glad it's you, Stefan. Well done.
Oh, God!
Ah, sorry about that.
Julian!
Yes, 'tis I.
Oh. I think these caterers were doing something. I saw them looking all, suspicious. And I noticed one of them went going into the cellar. I thought to myself, Stefan, why is a caterer going to go in a cellar? So I sneak after him, right? And he starts it looks like he was going to plant some kind of explosive down here.
As he starts talking me through this, I just look, yes, well done. There's more of them.
God.
I'm going to the library. Well done. And I just turn and run back up the stairs.
All right, I'll come with. And Stefan goes running after you.
Okay, this guy is, you said he was already knocked out and trussed up.
Oh, so. Yeah, he knocked the shit out of this guy from behind, so that guy is quite unconscious. Perfect. And as Sofie rushes to the library, there is a furious barking coming from a very big dog.
Sofie is already yelling in a very uncharacteristic Sofie voice, "Get him, Thorn! Get him!" She's going down the hall.
And running behind her at top speed is Yortz.
Mm-hmm.
After having been weaving in between the legs of the previous orderly.
Of garlic orderly, yeah.
Yeah. Sofie reaches the library and flings open the door, and is somewhat surprised by what she sees there. The orderly is laying on the ground, his neck completely broken, and at almost a right angle.
Woo-hoo!
Thorn is barking and like kind of doing that dog hop back and forth, like he's expecting, like, all right, come on, I'm ready for you.
And it's just Thorn in there.
No.
Oh.
Agda looks up at you.
Yes, I knew it was her.
I thought she was in the dining room with us. That's why I didn't expect
No, because
her
the
to.
dining room was upstairs.
Oh,
And
you
she
don't have
didn't
an
want to bring her
elevator?
chair up there.
Uh-huh.
Sofie? Huh? What is this man doing here?
Agda, I'm always glad to see you, but right now I'm especially glad to see you. Very well done. They were about to enact some sort of nefarious plan, and you've thwarted it.
Oh, good job, me.
Good job, you indeed. You and Thorn both. I'll have to think of some sort of congratulatory gift of thanks for your service to the library.
I've heard he likes cheese. I do too.
Well,
You should try making some.
thank you. That's a delightful idea. I'm just gonna go check and make sure that there were other infiltrators. I need to go check and make sure everything's taken care of.
No, you should go deal with those.
I love her so much.
And she looks at the guy like, what am I gonna do with this?
I'll send Jeremy to take him away. Can't have litter in the library.
Oh, definitely not. And the three of you kind of come running together with Stefan quickly in tow, and have managed to successfully save the library.
I mean, in fairness, we didn't do shit.
I know.
You did actually save Matthias.
Okay, good.
There was that. Okay. I did punch a guy in the nuts.
Yep.
You did punch a guy in the nuts very successfully. And exactly as Bill mentioned, you kind of think the Hazards maybe didn't know who they were fucking with.
They will soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We should send all of these guys back to them in a box.
Where did Sofie go on her European vacation?
Sweden, motherfucker! You ever heard of it?
Did she establish death metal in Sweden?
Yes.
If you only knew.
Sofie! Party cheese!
Sorry, Brian, you were saying?
And you know what? I think that's where we should call it. We're not going to get better than that.
This is a horror podcast, right?
This is a horror podcast.
You know, I've heard people say it before. And, weirdly, only us.
Oh!
So you know what? Yeah, no, I'm just going to put a pin in that. We'll do it next time. You'll have to find out what exciting things are going to be sailing in on the wharf for you.
Oh, shit.
So, dear listener, thank you as always. Aaron, we are so excited to have you back.
I'm so glad to be back, guys. Yay.
Welcome back to our fucking nonsense.
Mhm.
And with that, dear listener, enjoy our Swedish death metal. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. Our theme song is Myths and Legends by Robert Bruckmeyer and is playing right now. Our episode music is from the incredible Andreas Lundstrom's RPG soundtracks, and you can hear more of his work on the Sweden Rolls podcast. Our editor is Hannah Cheney. If you've enjoyed the show, it would mean the world to all of us if you could share it with a friend, or an acquaintance, a stranger, even an enemy. We're not super picky. However, it is the single best way to help us get new listeners and continue to grow. If you've really enjoyed the show and you want to let the world know just how much, we are launching a storefront where you can buy some cool gear and a Patreon. You'll find the links in our show notes. We'll be looking forward to sharing more stories of the VII in the Pacific Northwest. But until then, remember the motto of the library. Fear gives way to knowledge. Knowledge gives way to wisdom. And wisdom gives way to the truth. Until next time.